In today's video, we're going to be talking about the relationship between the lead shoulder and the lead hip and how we should create some more extension between those 2 points in the backswing, how we should narrow in the downswing and actually extend again on the way through. A real key to distance, but also improve contact. Make sure you check out this video. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in the indoor studio, and today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is all going to be about how our body should work, how our body should extend, compress a little bit and extend again on the way through impact to give you more distance and a better contact, which again could lead to more distance. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already, I'd love you guys to jump over and subscribe. If you hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live. We're going to jump straight into it now. So I'm really trying to get the feeling of there is that in my backswing, I'm focusing on the relationship between my lead hip and my lead shoulder, and I'm trying to feel like the gap between them gets a little bit larger in my backswing. So that was my sensation in that rehearsal, that I'm actually creating a bigger stretch here up my lead side. So my lead side, just the side that's closest to the target. So I'm focusing on my lead shoulder, lead hip, and trying to get the feeling that I actually create a bigger stretch here in my backswing between these 2 points. Then in the downswing, I actually want my lead shoulder to get closer towards my lead hip. What that's going to allow me to do is maintain or even increase my spine angle. So what we see with the majority of elite golfers on the tour is their spine angles start around 55 degrees. In the downswing, they're moving towards 40, 45, so the spine's going this way. What we see with many amateur golfers is this movement, okay? So that movement there would be that early extension up out of posture. I'm obviously going to struggle to find the middle of the golf club. There tends to be a lot of hands and arms through the movement to be able to strike the golf ball. So good players are able to maintain posture or even increase their spine angle in the downswing here. So the feeling for me is my lead shoulder moving towards my lead hip, and this gap has got closer, okay? I'm almost feeling a bit more compression here. And then through impact, post-impact, I want that extension again of my lead side and the sensation that my lead shoulder to lead hip again is extending, stretching, the gap is getting bigger. So I'm just focusing on the gap, imagining almost like a band tied between my hip and my shoulder here. Can I stretch that band in the backswing? Again, let it go slack in the downswing as my lead shoulder moves towards my lead hip, and then extend again on the way through. And I'd start by just doing some swings in slow motion, doing some stops. So we're going to extend, feel that stretch, that pull up my lead side, narrowing, so lead shoulder again closer to lead hip, and then extending again through the golf ball. So from here, extend again upwards of my lead side, because that's what I'm really trying to create, is that stretch, that narrowing movement, that stretch again on the way through. Many golfers are worried that when they have this movement, well, aren't I going to hit the ground heavy early? But the reality is, from this position, our body is again working up and extending of my whole lead side, my lead leg, my lead hip, my shoulder. Now, as this side moves up, of course, my trail side is doing the opposite and actually moving a little bit more down towards the golf ball. But for us to rotate, even to rotate around our spine angle, if our spine angle never changed, my lead shoulder is going down and in front of me, my trail shoulder is going up and behind me. My shoulders are re-leveling, and then the opposite movement's happening on the way through. So whether we like it or not, we are creating some side bends, some tilts there in our golf swing to be able to maintain our posture. But the majority of elite golfers, we actually see a spine angle movement this way in the downswing rather than this that we see for so many amateur golfers. So I love that sensation, imagining that bungee cord between the shoulder and the hip, stretch it, let it go slack, Stretch it again on the way through. That's what I'm going to feel in my golf swing. Let's get this one in the right place so you guys can see the ball flight. Leaked that a little bit out right of target. Strike felt very, very good. I'm going to hit one more. Same sensation, same movement. So, stretch. Let it go slack. My lead shoulder's moving towards my lead hip. Now, as that happens, it's also allowing me to set my pressure into my lead leg at the start of the downswing, which again is another key part to good ball striking. So stretch, slack, stretch again on that extension on the way through, just focusing on that relationship between the 2 points there. That's got to be the one. Down my target line, nice little high draw, finishing on the green. Felt great, really got that sensation of what my body was doing just with a practice movement before I put it in there. So if you've got any of those faults, if you're looking for perhaps a little bit more speed, a little bit more distance, that feeling of that stretch in the backswing is definitely going to help you. If you're struggling to maintain your spine angle on the downswing, losing a lot of posture, that feeling of the lead shoulder actually getting closer towards the lead hip is really going to help in your downswing. Or if you're not actually rotating, extending your body well enough in the through movement. So it doesn't mean that you have to work on or feel all those parts. It might be that you're focusing on the backswing bit, the downswing bit, or the through swing. I was talking about it as a whole there, but you may just have to focus on one area of it, depending on where the fault lies within your golf swing. I know that if you can actually do a bit of work on that, it's definitely going to help you generate some more speed and improve that quality of contact, really add some compression to the strike. So really relevant when we're talking about our iron play. If this video has been of help, as I said at the start, hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can, and please don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, guys.